Grab yourself some tea and biscuits as this Chieftain goes from rags to riches, all in this one video. This is a 55-ton British Chieftain Mark X main battle tank, and for those that are familiar with the channel, you'll remember it as Sebs. We start this project by removing the engine and gearbox, and to do this we need to remove the engine decks and covers before we can lift it all out. Anyone that wants to see this in slightly more detail, there's a playlist on my channel called Seb's Chieftain Tank.
Put on your red shoes and dance the blues.
The engine that we're taking out this Chieftain is a Leyland L60. It's a 6-cylinder, twin-crank, multi-fuel, 2-stroke engine. And in the early ones, they weren't very reliable. But this is a late Mark 13 Alpha engine, and actually a pretty good engine, and good for about 900 horsepower. Although it looks pretty weathered, with a good clean, it wasn't actually as bad as we all thought. The transmission was a David Brown NT12 semi-automatic.
Just leave it on the bench in there, I'll do it. What, leave it here? Yeah, leave it there. There? Just do that and then just walk into that bit of that field and shoot yourself. Well
After the deep clean on the engine and gearbox, we only found about 2 leaks on the engine, a couple of issues with the gearbox, which we soon resolved, and then they both got painted up lovely. The next job was the dreaded needle gunning that went on for several weeks. Right, so this is an update on Seb's Mark X Berlin Brigade Chieftain. We've all been very busy, except for Jack, needle gunning and removing the bin boxes and everything, stripping the turret down, needle gunning the turret, prepping it ready for paint. That's just doing a bit more hoovering. The engine is all made nice. All been painted and looking very, very pretty. Been checked out, serviced. A little bit more needle gunning to be done on the rear end. Need to get the gas in here and free all these up. Not been moved for years, oil that up. Before we paint. Straighten a few things out that needs pulling out. The other one ain't too bad. It's pretty solid, to be fair. Quite pleased with it. So, a little look on top. Engine decks need a little bit more doing. The engine bay needs cleaning out. It's been leaking sodding fuel, which we hadn't realised over the weekend. So I need to wet back that out. Go and have a look in the methadone cover here. But so it looks like some of the bolts are stuck.
No, the bolts aren't stuck.
No?
Captain Clono here tried to undo it.
What's he done? What has Captain Clown done?
Snap one.
Oh dear. Ooh.
It's got nothing in it. What's that in there? Shut up.
To be fair, it looks like a lot of spiders' webs. Do we have a light? Pass me the light, please. Let's see what's been... Ooh, it's all in there.
It's a black box, yeah.
To be fair,
not too bad.
Don't look awful. It has had a bit of water in there over the years. Okay, Adam, climb yourself in.
We then gave the turret a thorough inspection to see what electrical components were missing.
What's this?
That's the
That's a real handy heap of crap, isn't it?
what? The gunner's sight.
We can't move, can you? If you're a normal sized person and not a stick man like me, there's no room at all, is it?
Right, so
You can see everything through here.
can you?
No.
What can you see? Can you hear the sea?
Oh, there's a little message written across there.
Yeah.
Centurions are how much we got missing then, Seb? Oh, careful you don't fall into the void. That gunner seat that's completely there.
It looks like there's something missing over there.
Oh, it's just that bank of boxes, isn't it?
Yep. Ted?
Oh,
Ted?
there's no wires. There's no metadines, there's no wires. Did you actually open your eyes? Do you actually have a tool? Yeah, at least there's that, and you.
Yeah, that one's putting on.
Yeah, it's safe. I said we need to come in here to actually see what's in here and what's not. So that one's missing. Is it? Is it? I thought it was just painted really good camo. So there's two. There's that side one and then that big one with That's the power unit, isn't it? You remember the ones where I pulled those chips in the native? Yep. That's missing. That's the big one. Then there's the big box across the top. There's that one with the lever. You're not paying attention. No, I'm not. I'm fiddling. That lever that I switched on, remember that? Yep. That's the power unit. You have that as well. That, to be honest. Ted!
Stop playing with the metadines.
He's trying to kill us all. Legend. What are you doing, Ted? So, to be honest, that's actually all that's missing. Oh, we've got the starter switch in it. Yeah. That's all in there. That's your knee, sorry, Ted. Oh, you're missing the thumb control unit. Got that. That's about it, isn't it? That's pretty good. You're the turret, man. That's pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, we've got a new one of them as well. You don't need it, do you? Well, no, leave that where it is. Because then it'll run off the whole batteries. That's how you make it run off the whole batteries. Right. Save you wasting money on turret batteries that you're never going to use. Right. That'll do then. It's a lot more complete than what you said. So
Also, Seb,
metadines for no reason.
I have got some bulbs. So don't go buying bulbs. I've got some bulbs. So I'll treat you to some bulbs.
What has happened here?
Yeah. What is that?
It's been gassed.
Why?
Somebody's
That's where the bullets go, isn't it? Out of the machine gun.
spent case shoot. The ranging machine gun went here somewhere, didn't it?
Yeah, the 80 cal went here.
And well, you can see it straight through. Look. Did the 27 cal go in here then?
There's
26 cal, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yours doesn't have that, does it?
Mine's got that.
As I said. But what doesn't it have?
The one that goes there that's missing from here as well.
Oh, so there's another
the one we
thing
both have missing. Yeah.
Oh, that is welding of the year.
It's good grade. You've been learning to weld. I know.
Whoever did that. That is pathetic.
To be fair, I think the rust holding the breech down is stronger than that welding.
Yeah, I'd go for that. Deactivated via rust.
Very nice. He's alright, isn't he? It is good because it's not a Centurion, really. That's where we're starting. Are we finally having our first thing we can agree on? Yeah, it's good because it's not a Cent. Okay.
What do you think, then? I reckon it's about time to get you out of here. We ain't got a face mask that fits you. Silly boy. Silly boy. Silly boy. We'll paint you in Berlin. You'd look good in Berlin. You would. Yeah, you would. Who's a good boy? Oh, good boy. Mmm.
This is awesome welding, man.
Oh!
Yeah, catch that.
He's done it. He's done it. Right, now for the harder of the two.
So we're going to give it more fire.
More fire. You haven't got that set very well. This is the first time you've used a gas tank.
Then we go straight on with the primer.
I think it should just stay in grey primer.
It's Arctic.
Yeah, Arctic Chieftain. Yeah. The amount of needle gunning on this thing has been insane. But you can see where it's had various repairs over the years. It's like they've welded these two bits that hold the track thing in the wrong place. They've had to move them over. That's what it looks like. Whether that's the truth or not, I don't know. You also see various areas on the turret now it's been painted that have had brackets on and then ground off and adapted and changed. It certainly looks pretty cool in primer. So again, this is going to go Berlin Brigade camo. That's the plan. It's going to take a fair bit of doing. We've got to finish this second coat of primer with the lower half. This is a vehicle that belongs to a friend of mine, Seb. He doesn't want to spend thousands and thousands of pounds, so we're basically going to wash the wheels, needle gun the rear sprocket and the front idler, clean the road wheels, paint them black or whatever it should be. Obviously the side plates and the bin boxes are off at the sandblasters at the minute. They're getting sandblasted. We'll put the sides on, the bins on, and then paint the whole thing. So we're not spending too much time on the underside. We also want to try and get the turret working. That'd be nice.
Right, so that is the primer coat done and dusted. Got to put the, well, I'm going to let it bake now for a bit with the heaters on, and then we're going to put the gloss on, and then we've got to put the base coat of the Berlin colours on, which is going to be the grey, because that's what there's most of. And then we're going to work out how we're going to do the pattern. So that's
going to be fun, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be a little bit of
trial and error.
Yeah, trial and error.
I've got the first coat of battleship grey on the tank. So the next thing we want to do, side plates are down with sandblaster. Hopefully they're getting done today. So we need to primer them. We'll put them on. We've then got to put the smokes and all bits and pieces and fixtures back on the tank, and then we can start the really long and boring process of masking all the little squares in it. To be honest, it looks like a nightmare. We've got to study loads of photos. That does not look fun. But we've also, before we do that, we realised that before we put the searchlight box on, that's going to actually hamper putting the engine in. Because I quite like to put the engine in the shed, because all it's done this week is rain. So I'd rather put the engine in than the dry in here. So we're just going to try and get the engine bay. We're not going completely showroom condition, but we want it fairly tidy. So we're starting to paint it, so if you remember how messy it was in here, we're just going to make it look as nice as we can. The brakes, now they are a bit thin, but we haven't got any other option really at the moment. We'll try and get some made, but they were all warped. These were the actual set off of Seb's. They were warped to death, so people have been steering, and rather than snatching, they've just been holding the tiller and cooking the brakes, which is not a good thing. Also, for Seb's, we had in stock a Metadine control box. We have absolutely no idea if it works. I'm going to stick the brakes all back together on the gearbox for the Chieftain, on Seb's Chieftain. The discs have all been skimmed. Got new brake pads to go in. have to do it evenly.
Seb decided he wanted the Berlin Brigade camo scheme, which was very difficult as there were only 11 vehicles in the Berlin Brigade Chieftains and they're all painted identical, so the masking up had to be absolutely accurate. And this took hours and hours and hours of studying photos and pictures to get this right.
I think everyone needs to go ripping mad.
Oh, Goldilocks.
But I remember at the time, with each piece of masking tape we pulled off, it was getting more and more exciting as the vehicle was looking absolutely fantastic.
Under the moonlight, the serious moonlight. And if you say run, I'll run with you.
Don't put me off.
Details. Well, this is detailed as hell. Can you have your tongue out?
Oh, leave me alone.
Could you not have found a better brush?
No, don't own one.
Look at the state of it.
It's the best brush I've got.
So that's 17 new heads, 14 new handles.
Right, so we're back doing bits on Seb's Chieftain. This is the main gun control box.
And little did I know at the time, but what a massive job this was going to be to get working again.
Do you want to hold the front and I'll try and pull
This
back?
was at a time before we had computers and it was all relays and old-fashioned electronics.
Already not.
And this was in charge of making the gun go left and right electronically and up and down.
Yes, this looks very complicated.
So your slug relays is this one here, traverse and elevation. Nice helpful place to put them.
That's the slug relay.
Yeah, that's traverse elevation.
Cool.
And that's the bridge rectifiers that give it its delay, which is why it's called a slug. On the top, you have the traverse relay, elevation relay, and GPR generating relay.
Which are under there,
These three.
which look awful. It's corroded and pushed all the pins out through the back, which I think's half trouble.
If the camera wants to focus on it, which it won't.
Go back further and then just zoom in. So it's all corroded and then pushed all the pins back. So if you look in this socket here, when the plug's in, they're not actually making any contact. Otherwise, it's not that awful. Right, so we've come to the conclusion that that plug is knackered because the pins, because it's all swollen, aren't getting the connection. and that goes to the PSU, power supply unit. So I've got another power supply unit that caught fire. It has the same plug on that's in immaculate condition. So I'm going to unwire all the connectors on here, pull that plug out, put that plug in here, and then trace which pin goes to where on here, and hopefully the wires on that will be long enough to go back on here, and then it'll be like brand new. Right, well, John has removed the offending article, which was this plug that goes to the power supply unit that sits here and it's in the tank. This was the other part of the plug. I'm sure you can see corrosion got the better of it. So we've now replaced that for that one, which is a good connector that we actually salvaged off that other PSU. But obviously the wires were all numbered different. They've all got different little numbers on them, 304, 305, blah, 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 blah. And obviously that was designed for a totally different box, so the wires are totally the wrong length. But running it agriculturally straight across the board, they do in fact reach. So we've not actually had to cut and solder and make any of our own new joints. So it's a little bit messy. It's okay.
Just trying, innit?
Try a minute. That don't sound any good to me. So I've just took the cover off this other one. And again, hard to bloody see, but again, the springs broke. So you've got the generator relay, traverse relay, and the elevation relay. All are broken, which is no shock that nothing was working. And I dare say that the battery relays, which are these ones, so these are when it works on emergency mode, are probably also broken. So, we managed to find 3 what we call the battery relays, which are these ones, because none of them work. So that's them 3. And then we also managed to find 3 of the Metadyne relays, which hopefully are the right ones. It's looking good. It's green and blue. Don't know if that matters. But all the part numbers are the same. Let's see if this works. Please work. Oh, yes. That is good. Right, so we're halfway there now on the Metadyne relays. We've done one. I've more than 90% done the other. I've actually had to die grind the heads of these nuts off. That one had actually, the wire had corroded and snapped off. But the others, I've had to die grind the heads of the bolts off because they literally won't come off. And I've also had to solder new ends on where they broke off. Yeah, I'm thoroughly not enjoying myself. But I've only got that one to do, which doesn't look as bad. And then it only looks to me like we've got that one to die grind, that one to die grind, potentially that one. And the rest, hopefully, should just undo with a screwdriver. But the wires are so delicate. I mean, look at this one here, it's number 1. Here, that is such a tiny, delicate wire. That's got to go on there, so that's what I'll do next. I keep putting my screwdriver down and losing it.
Oh no,
She's coming.
look at her go. Okay, babe.
Was this a single? I can't tell.
Yeah, I think it is a single. Come on, phone, focus. There we go.
Oh, come on. Oh, it's off.
Thank God
I
for
literally thought I busted it then.
so did I.
Yeah, so that's all the relays back in, all finished, looking smart. Ready to put back together and put in the tank.
Yeah, well done.
So clever. I've done like at least 20 minutes work today. I'm knackered.
Righto, Jimmy. Savile. Right, lower it down. 1 minute. Where's that bolt? There we go. Right. Beauty. Need bolts.
Easy peasy, where's it gone? Welcome back.
What have we just done?
Right, so this big box behind me, a total bag of
Spanners.
We've, as you saw in
it.
the last video, John had a look at it. We've replaced them relays. You'll see us doing that. We've put it all back in, done everything back up for the umpteenth time, slid all these boxes back in, done this one as well, bolted everything back in. Now we're going to give it another.
And this is the first time. So
Yeah, this is our first attempt. This is the only one we've ever done.
right. So we're on battery mode.
Yeah,
So in theory, when that's on,
live. It should now move.
well, I think so. When you press the trigger. Me, it worked. It worked. God. Did it blow a trip?
It might have done. I think it did.
It did something. It did.
It moved.
Right. Any trips blown?
Not that I can see here. We've only got the one on this one, haven't we?
It definitely did something.
Definitely, mate, it moved. 100%.
Right.
I'd check that box down wherever it is.
Just try again. Oh yeah.
That's got a trip out.
No, that's
No, top layer.
yeah. That's only for the GUE.
Oh, is it? All right.
1 minute. Just do it again. I didn't hear the click. Didn't hear the there you go. Now do it. And keep it going. Oh mate.
That stopped on its own then.
Yeah, but I think it's that micro sensor.
Oh, mate.
It's the micro sensor.
Move your leg, you silly.
Go on. It's the micro sensor in that switch that's playing up now. We have mended something! Oh, how good is that? Go on.
That's me keeping it down, it's not.
Yeah, so it's the micro sensor. Try the lower one. I don't think it'll elevate on battery. I don't think it's supposed to. That works better. Now the other way.
That does work a lot better.
Right,
The
well...
old cage is grabbing nicely.
Yeah, well, it will do because it's not been round for ages. I think what we need to do now
Go all the way around to the front.
is try the metadines, but I think we need to move the vehicle so it can't hit anything. I'm well pleased with that.
A few days later, all the finishing touches got done and finished on the vehicle, and we took it off to an army training area and had a proper play. And this was still probably one of the best experiences I've ever had in a Chieftain tank. We all worked extremely hard to make this happen, and there's lots you do not see in these videos, moments where they're really challenging when you're trying to fix an issue or do something, and it just takes such a long time to do anything on these vehicles, and everything's heavy, everything's difficult, everything's seized, it's so difficult to get parts, but to get it to this stage was truly amazing and still one of our biggest achievements as a group. And bearing in mind, we're only a group of friends. We're not experts. We're just playing at the job. And playing is what we enjoy. And I want to say thank you to everybody that does actually watch our videos and likes and subscribes and all that nonsense, because it actually allows us to do more of the things that we enjoy, which is messing around, getting these old heaps of armour up and running again, and keeping history alive a little bit longer for other generations to see and enjoy. I definitely have a lot more respect for anyone serving in the tank regiment or anything like that, because these things are such a cramped, sweaty, noisy, and disorientating place to be when you're in them for hours at a time, like we were here. And bearing in mind, we were only playing, and as much as it was fun, it was definitely an eye-opener to think, if you were actually in battle, getting shot at. I can't think of a worse place to be, so massive respect for them lads and lasses. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed this video. This is a bit of a first for us. It's an experiment. It's the first time that we've put a load of videos together of doing a vehicle up over time into one video. And yeah, let us know in the comments what you think. I'm sure you'll tell us, good or bad. And we always read every single comment. And it is always quite amusing.